what's up, Clashers? Turin 56 from iKonik here, bringing you another base breakdown video from iKonik War 144 versus A&H Team. I got 3 stars on this base with my mini Master of Doom, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how. So as always with these videos, first we're going to look at the base itself, talk about some weaknesses, then we're going to sketch out attack a little bit, and then watch the replay. So I saw a couple things just at first glance, I should say, when I looked at this base. The first thing that stood out to me was the symmetry of the base, the north-south symmetry, and then when you throw into that the fact that the air sweeper is aimed directly north as well, to me that screams Penta Laloon. The other thing that I saw was Teslas right here in the core, easily tanked by lava hounds hanging out over the air defenses as well as the expos. So you know, almost all of these really high DPS buildings, defensive buildings, are going to be tanked by those. And lastly, what I saw was this little girl right out here, very, very exposed Archer Queen, almost naked outside that wall. And in fact, as you'll see right here, in part of her little sentry route, she does go outside the walls. So no excuse for that. Really bad base design, and that was just screaming to be exploited. So I chose to do not a true Penta. I mixed it up a little bit because I knew I could take out that Archer Queen so easily, so I figured I did not need 5 Lava Hounds. 4 would do it. But a Penta style attack with the symmetrical deployment of the Lava Hounds and the balloons, just with one less Lava Hound, and I would use the extra space there to take out this Archer Queen and then add a few more balloons to it. So the first thing that I wanted to do here was just to drop one giant over here just to get the attention of these defenses and this queen. Now when you're doing this, you want to make sure you wait for her to hop the wall. If I drop a giant right now, while she's still on the other side of the wall there, she's going to stay there because she's already within range of the giant. She doesn't need to hop that wall to start attacking it. So you got to wait for her to hop that wall first. So you got to be a little bit patient. But then as soon as everyone keys in on that giant, Suicide King comes in, rage him, and there goes your Archer Queen. Piece of cake. King and 5 troop space for the giant, and that Archer Queen is dead. Super cheap. So the next step is to get the lure here. So I drop 3 balloons in on that cannon there. That's able to take it out and get me the lure as well. And then I'm going to anchor down here with just, I believe, an archer, and I'm going to drop my Archer Queen. And I believe just 2 wizards is all I need down here, and that's going to take out this clan castle troop composition here for me. And at this point, I still have my 4 lava hounds and a whole bunch of balloons. I think I have 19 balloons left, which is a pretty good amount, seeing as how I already used 3 for the lure. So I'm going to drop these in 2 at a time, the lava hounds on these southern air defenses from different angles, of course. As always, you got to try to absorb as many bombs and mines in the air as you can, so your loons don't have to take the brunt of those. And then it's 2 balloons on each of these defenses here, here, and that leaves me 4 in the bag still. And instead of doing a more traditional 2-2-2-2 rage deployment, I actually do a 1-2-1, and by that I mean 1 down here, and then 2 on the sides, and then 1 more on top. And that does a really nice job of covering almost all of these defenses as my troops are pushing through up here from south to north. Remember, I don't have to worry about raging my lava pups to take out the Archer Queen or the clan castle. They're both already taken care of. So all I'm concerned with here is just raging my balloons to take out defenses. So this was a nice effective deployment strategy for my rages. They're pushing through nicely. These lava hounds are doing a great job. They're tanking all of these core defenses. And then in the end, I have 4 more balloons I bring in on the back end from these archer towers once they have their guard down and they're attacking the lava hounds. And it is game over. So we'll go ahead and clear all this off, watch the replay, and see how this all plays out in real time. fast forward here while we're waiting for that Archer Queen to hop the wall. There we go. As soon as she hops the wall, that's when you drop. Able to deploy that Barb King in so close that him aggroing on is never a question. And as you can see, still just, even with that giant down first to distract those defenses and the Archer Queen, still just barely had enough left to take her out. So it's always good to drop a giant down there. Now, the only real threat in this clan castle composition to the air portion of the attack is the minions and the wizards. So at this point it's down to just that witch. I don't even care really if she dies or not, so I've already moved on and deployed my lava hounds. Those last balloons I dropped in those archer towers may have been more effective coming in on those wizard towers instead, but didn't really hurt me all that much. And there you can see that last lava hound pop in, giving me a whole bunch of extra pups, which will be nice for cleanup. This last wizard tower here made it a little bit interesting, since most of my balloons left in that group were already really low on health. But just had enough to take that out with 2 balloons left to help out for cleanup. Oh, I guess there's 3 in there. So we'll just fast forward through this. So there you go, guys. That was kind of a little variation on a Penta style attack that was just screaming to be used because of that exposed Archer Queen. Thank you very much for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, this is Turn 56, and keep on clashing.